Hey guys, what's going on? This is VT Reseller. I'm your man Topher, and we're out here in the back cave today, and we're going to do a little arts and crafts project. So I was thinking there's got to be a better way for me to list clothing. Right now we have a system where you hang it up and it's got a white background and it's on a hanger, and then you got to put all that stuff away. And I'm thinking there's got to be a better way to do this. So YouTube to the rescue. There is, or there, at least there appears to be. So it looks like you can get the, one of the methods that I saw has a canvas, a fairly large canvas that gets bolted together, and then put some batting on top of that. And then it gives you a way to have a tabletop that's large enough to list your clothes on with the white background. So I was thinking, you know, that's pretty cool. I'm gonna put my twist on it though and see if I can't use the PVC pipe like this right back here and basically build a frame so that it'll hang on the wall, and then it'll drop down for when we want to list our clothing, prop up on a table, and basically give us a nice incline so we can get some good pictures. So this is the process I'm going to do. Get this worked out. I will put all the pieces that I've used and basically the document or the diagram on what I built. So if you want to follow along with that, you're more than welcome to. Let's give it a shot. We're going to get this stuff measured up, cut up, and we'll put it together like a little puzzle, and we'll see what it looks like in the end. All right, so we got all that stuff measured out now, and basically I'm just making a whole bunch of 1.5 pieces because it's basically going to make just a giant square. We have to figure out now what we're going to cut it with. I've decided to use a one of these kind of saws right here. It basically just vibrates. It doesn't actually have a circular blade on it, and I'm using this basically because that's all I've got. So and it seems to cut fairly well, so we're going to go with this. And basically you're just trying to make, or what I'm trying to make is 1.5 long pieces, because this is essentially going to be a 6 by 6 square with a bunch of squares in between to kind of hold the batting on. So here we go. Guys, so we got all that cut up, and if you would please, if this is the kind of content that you enjoy, if this has helped you out in any way possible, if you could hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, leave me a comment. Anything you do really does help, and I really would appreciate it. So getting back to this, so what we've got now, we have 40 of these 18-inch pieces all cut up. Now it's time to put the puzzle together and see what we end up with. So we're going to do that right now. All right, so you can see we've got the lattice work here all put together. It wobbles a bit, and we'll have to see if that is actually going to be an issue for us or not. So my thought was, you've got these little extra pieces here at the end that were too short because we've got a 10-foot piece, and 1.5 feet doesn't really go into that very even, so you end up with some scrap pieces. But I was going to use 2 of those to hang it on the wall so that it'll hang up when it's out of when I'm not using it, and then when I am using it, the idea is that it'll fold down, and I can take my pictures. Everything will sit up there at a nice angle. And then when I'm done with it, I'll just hang it back up on the wall. It's out of the way. And hopefully that's going to make this process a lot faster, a lot more efficient, because the more listings you can put up, the more money you can make. And that's what we're all in this for, right? Be better resellers, make more money. So we're gonna get this all finished up. We'll get it hung up and we'll see what it looks like. All right, so you can see we've got this hanging up on the wall now. What we used was a couple large command hooks to hang, and so it's up off the ground. And when we're ready to use it, what we're going to do is we're going to drop it down to this lower command hook, and it'll prop out on a table, so we have a fairly flat but still a little bit of an incline. So what you'll notice is that this is actually one vertical piece smaller than it was. The wall was big enough, but there was stuff out in front of it that wouldn't allow it to kick out like I wanted it to. So this is actually a smaller version of what we were putting together, but that's okay. Everything is PVC, nothing is glued, so it just came apart, and I just made it one piece smaller. So some of the other things that I've done since we met last was I've got some support ropes in between. This is just old rope I had laying out in the garage. It's really just to kind of help the stability of it. And the other thing I'm doing is I'm putting some old cardboard boxes in between. So this is one stretch of cardboard to kind of fill in the gaps where the holes are, so that the batting will lay flat and not droop down in between. And then that's really all I've got left. I've got this one last piece of cardboard to put in. I'm going to cover it with the batting, and then we should be ready to go. So we'll check back in once we have all that together and show you what the finished project looks like. All in all, I'm in this for about $95, which if you can catch the canvases on sale, that's probably about what you would spend on the canvases. And so it was a fun project, just a little bit different take on the same thing. The whole idea is to get something flat and white to put your clothes on so that you can take pictures. Whatever you can do to make that process easier, faster, so you can get more listings up in a day. That is the goal. If all you have is a sheet and a piece of wood or a table, use a sheet and the table. It doesn't really matter. The most important thing is that you're getting listings up. As you get things going, you get a little bit of money in your pocket. You can, obviously you could upgrade to different things that make the process easier, more efficient, so you can get more things up. The most important thing is use what you've got. You've got to get listings going before you can have money in your pocket to make things better. So use what you've got. You get a little bit of extra money. You can move into something that's a little bit more efficient, so then you kind of get the snowball, you get more things listed. So we'll touch base back when I get everything covered up, and we'll call this one a done project. All right, so we got everything covered. You can see we got the batting on there. I think we're ready to go with it. So I learned two things about batting. One is it's almost impossible to cut. I went through a couple different pair of scissors before I could actually find some that actually cut batting, so be warned about that. Secondly, I didn't realize how thin batting was. So you can see right up here in this corner, there is batting right here, right there. It is very thin. I used brown boxes to kind of cover the holes like you saw before. What I ended up having to do was disassemble my old photo system, and it had a real cheap, like a 99-cent a shower curtain that I just took apart and I put underneath the batting to help cover the boxes. And then you can see we've got a really nice white background here, but you can definitely see where I didn't have enough to cover that one corner up there. All in all, this project is really simple. It's a one-day deal. Like I said, I'm in it for around $90 or $95. The only thing holding this together right now is the friction in the joints, and then about a half a roll of packing tape. Packing tape is holding all the batting on, the boxes on. The ropes, the tension ropes that are back behind there help kind of give it a little bit of sturdy, keep it from wobbling too much. The only thing that I may do after this video is right here in the middle. I think I may run back up to the store and get 2 more of these command hooks, because you can see right here in the middle it's got a little bit of a sway to it. Just to help take some of the tension off of these two, I'll probably go back and grab 2 more of those command hooks and put them in the middle to have a middle support to go all the way across to help take some of the tension off. But other than that, This is definitely ready to use. I threw a shirt on there. It's got a really nice background to it. It's nice and white when you take the picture. It looks great. So definitely an option for you if you're looking to list your clothes faster. Like I said, this is super easy. It just drops down to that second set of command hooks, and it comes out and makes a nice flat table. The nice thing is that it stays up here. I don't have to, with my old system, I actually had to take it all apart and put it away. This just stays here. So when I'm ready to, when I've got some clothes ready to list, I'll just drop it down, use the table there my light box is to prop it up on, and I've got a nice big table to do all my pictures for the clothes. So I hope this helps you out. If so, please, I would appreciate it if you could subscribe, like the video, send me a comment, give me your thoughts. If you decide to do this, I would love to hear your thoughts on how it worked out. If there's anything that you did different or did that actually ended up being better than this, I would love to hear from you. All right, so until we get a chance to do it again, guys, I appreciate you hanging out with me this long. Until we do it again, guys, please be safe, and I'll see you next time.